Here's another thing I want you all to think about, especially if you are on the left and are a person who voted for Joe Biden. There has been so much voter fraud. I wonder how many people think that those on the left actually did not even have who they wanted to run for office and was just settling for somebody because they did not like Trump. Now, you're allowed to do that, and you have every right, but think about it. I can pretty much guarantee Tulsi Gabbard didn't get a fair share. I guarantee you the Bernie Sanders fans, which I'm sure were not only more Bernie Sanders fans out there for over Biden, there were more Bernie fans over Hillary Clinton. And because of the voter fraud, you didn't get who you wanted. So I want people to think about voter fraud and how it affects everybody. Because I promise you, there are a lot of Bernie supporters out there. Now, whether you support a socialist like Bernie Sanders, that's your thing. But I am not going to be a person that's not going to admit there were a lot of Bernie supporters out there. And he got taken advantage of. Well, he didn't get taken advantage of. He got paid lots of money to look the other way. But they rigged the voting system so Hillary Clinton came in and Joe Biden. Now, think about it. What is some of the agendas for the progressive left? Now, I'm talking about the extreme left. I'm not talking about every leftist. But the extreme left, they want diversity, inclusion for women and minorities, gays, and transgenders, which is perfectly fine. But who ended up being who they wanted to quote unquote vote for? A straight white heterosexual male, which goes against everything that the progressive left stands for. So if you are happy that Joe Biden quote unquote won, and I'm saying quote unquote because I don't believe he's won yet, because there's going to be a lot of lawsuits and everything, I want you to think about how the voting can affect both sides. Because, yes, I understand you can hate Trump, and there's perfectly legitimate reasons. He's crude, he's crass, he's not the typical politician, which is probably why so many people gravitated towards him, because they were sick of the nice-looking politicians that did nothing for us. I mean, Obama, he was very charismatic, he was very well-spoken, but yet look up Operation Fast and Furious, and when they were caught giving guns to Mexican drug cartels that were firing on our own people, no one went to jail for it. And Obama passing many laws that allow them to spy on you through your camera, through your laptop, and even through your smart TVs. But yet he was very charismatic. So I don't care about a person's personality. I care about what they do. But I want you on the left, and I'm talking about the progressive extreme left, to think about, you might be happy that supposedly Trump got beaten, even if it's fraudulently. But I want you to think about the fact that the choices that you would have probably preferred in all the people that were running never got a fair chance because the election is rigged in all directions. How many people are thinking about the fact that if you are a progressive leftist, you would have probably preferred Elizabeth Warren or Bernie Sanders or, like I said, Tulsi Gabbard? She was very intelligent. I would have thought about even considering voting for Tulsi Gabbard, and she's a Democrat. But she seemed to have common sense, and they don't like that. They want conformity. So if you don't think the voting in this country is rigged, then think about who your choice ultimately ended up being. For the progressives out there who want diversity, you just had to pick a multimillionaire, white, straight man for president. Is that who you really wanted? But you settled for it because the rigged election worked in your favor, supposedly, at that particular point. But if you're looking the other way, you're hurting yourself, because I promise you, most progressive leftists and the socialists out there would not want Joe Biden. So It goes all ways, and sometimes you need somebody to point it out to show you all directions and how corruption affects all of us. United we stand, divided we fall. Have a good day, and think for yourself, and never be afraid to question.